Hey guys, we're back live. I don't know what happened, technical glitch, but I'm talking with Dr. Tankard. And just a second ago, we're talking about you coming to Chattanooga, Millionairess event happening at the Bell Mill Mansion. That's going to be coming up in Ottawa. It's going to be coming out later this month, May 20th through the 23rd. So for people watching, what do they need to know about this conference coming up?
So basically, it's exclusive. It's intimate. I don't know, maybe 60 women, something like that, are flying in from all over the country, and we're going to be doing what we call wealth mapping, laying out a wealth blueprint. Rockefeller, basically, when he was building his empire, he wasn't just thinking about his children or grandchildren. He literally had like 10 to 15 generations in mind. And I've done a lot of studying on the Rockefeller family and the Vanderbilt family, but the Rockefeller family is still taking care of 153 of his descendants today, where the Vanderbilt family lost their money after 48 years. So we're going to be dissecting what was the difference in both of those families, and then how we can begin to create. And we talk about generational wealth, but we're going to go more into detail about what that really looks like, so that they can get in the wealth flow and continue to grow the wealth flow.
So this is going to be at the Bell Mill Mansion in Ottawa, May 20th through the 23rd. For people watching, how can they sign up? How much does it cost?
So literally, we're like sold out. But if somebody really wanted to come through, don't tell my team this because they'll be mad at me. But email info@jeweltankard.com. So if you really want to come, just email info@jeweltankard.com. They might miss out on like a shirt or some stuff because a lot of stuff had to be pre-ordered or whatever. But if you hungry and you ready to be a student and you ready to build your wealth, just push through. Say, I don't care about the shirt. I want to come.
When you talk about cryptocurrency, for people who don't know about it, really quickly, just explain what is it for people that don't know what it's all about.
So basically what cryptocurrency is, it's the future of money. It's paperless, it's digital. So when you think like right now, everything that's happened, Blockbuster did not, they didn't want to partner with Netflix. Netflix tried to get them to partner with them and they weren't interested. And so they end up missing a whole digital wave, right? And so everything is digital. Cryptocurrency cannot be, it's not tangible. You can't see it. It can be stored right here on your cell phone. And it looks just like a little barcode. And a lot of times you can move it with just about 15 letters that you copy and paste. And we teach you, our academy, we teach you all of that. Michael Saylor, white billionaire, and I think I said this the other day, it was really good. And I tell everybody this everywhere I go. He's a white billionaire. He owns MicroStrategy. He met with all of the S&P 500s, or a good core group of them, February 3rd. And he was telling them to move a lot of their capital into Bitcoin. And he said in an interview, he said, I'm betting that the average person is not going to stay around to understand this. And it kind of made me mad. I felt some kind of way. I'm like, who are you talking about? Like, who are you thinking not going to stay around? And so I'm really telling people this decade, we're moving from hardware to software. Most of the times we like to work with things with our hands, and that's cool. But now this is a decade of the thinker. Right? This is a decade of brilliance. This is a decade where we have to do more deductive and inductive reasoning. And that's all cryptocurrency is, but it's a digital currency that is real money that you can use to buy things today. You can buy a Range Rover with crypto. You can buy a house with crypto. Crypto is not going anywhere. It's here to stay, and especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. And there are a lot of other cryptos, but that's pretty much it.
You got your church involved in this. When it comes to the church, especially in the Black church, we are stuck on certain things. And I grew up in a Southern church. So how did you encourage the church members to think outside of the box and consider cryptocurrency?
Well, my husband and I, we're pretty innovative. So if you come to Destiny Center, you pretty much already know that we were already wealthy before the ministry started. We're very out loud. We're not modest. We're out loud. We're humble, but we're not modest. We're pretty out loud, extravagant. We have both extravagant personalities, and we're very innovative, and we like to create content, and we like to do new things, which is why we did a reality TV show. So I think people already coming to the ministry already kind of knew that about us. Like, if you don't like us as personalities, then you probably won't stick around. So I think our congregation loved that about us. So when we talked to them about, this is what we're doing and this is how we're moving, I think at first everybody's like, what in the world? But, over time you see social proof, you see results, and results don't lie. So I think a lot of them loved it and really appreciate us being forerunners in that way.
For people who want to get into cryptocurrency, a friend of mine, she texted me, Ashley Mance said, which platform would you recommend her to use? And also, Who are you trading? And how are you determining what and when to buy?
Oh, girl, you so smart. All the right questions. Yes, my kind of girl. So, first of all, I recommend that you join the academy, that you partner with me. Partnership is so critically important to success. And I'll answer those questions for you, but I really want partnership because this is not just a one-time thing. You really need to understand what you're doing, how things are going to change, and all that stuff. So, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would buy it on Coinbase, or something called Pro Coinbase. And now is a great time to buy. I would also set it on autosave. So every single week, you're buying a fraction of it. I think Bitcoin is sitting right around $60,000 right now. But I would just set it up where it's autosave every week, $100 a week, $50 a week, $10 a week, whatever you can afford. But it's a long-term play. You want to buy it and you want to hold it. And then if you want to learn how to trade it, we teach you how to do that. We give you the entry and we give you the exit. Because so much about profiting and trading is about entering at the right time and then exiting at the right time.
So if people want to take your class or go through the academy, how can they do that?
Just DM me on my Instagram, Jewel Tankard, or Facebook me, Messenger, Instagram, everything is, or Facebook, everything is Jewel Tankard. Or you could get on raisethebar2020.com if you want to actually see a video first. Again, that's raisethebar2020.com, and either myself or one of my team members will reach out to you. But you know what? If y'all watching from here, just DM me. I'm ready, and put Greg, and I got you. I'm gonna call you myself.
Sounds good. Really quickly before we wrap up, because I know you got an Instagram live. Thicker Than Water. What's the latest?
I know. I'm so excited. So we're filming right now for the show. It's going to be good. It's going to look a little bit different, but it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about it. And we're looking at it coming out in July. And so we'll be releasing soon in terms of the network. But it's great because you're going to get a chance to kind of get caught up on what's going on with all the children, what they're doing, what they ain't doing, what they need to be doing, what we doing. And we've changed a lot as parents. Oh my gosh. I have learned Greg, I have had to learn how to respect my adult children. And I think I've grown with that a lot. So we'll see what y'all
I can only imagine. I'm dealing with that with my own mom right now because she's still like into my, did you go to the doctor? Did you do this? And those type things. Really quickly, before we wrap up, thinking about Thicker Than Water, for people who may say, how do you balance reality television versus real life and being in the ministry?
That is such a good question. I'm the same person. I'm the same person in my kitchen. I'm the same person when I preach the gospel. I'm the same person as a mom with my children. I'm the same person with my girlfriends. I'm pretty much the same person. Like, you're not going to really see a different Jewel. You're going to hear pretty much the same thing. So that way I don't have to try to turn on and off. This is who I be. This is what I am. Perfections, imperfections, weaknesses, strengths. They pretty much, you're going to see them all the way across the board. It was so funny. One of our leaders, we had an executive staff meeting yesterday. It was so good. And one of the leaders goes, we're just trying to get an understanding, because sometimes we hear come inside the church, and then other times we hear online. I said, child, I'm trying to figure it out. So you're hearing my growth, because I want people to come online, but I still want people to come into church. So you're seeing it. I'm figuring it out. And, it's okay. So I think once I learned how to be vulnerable, it was okay. But when I was trying to be perfect and all that, it was like, it's too much work.
Finally tonight, for people that are watching, maybe having a difficult time, COVID-19 has just really changed our whole outlook on life right now because it's just all out of whack. What advice do you have for people who are struggling, just having that sense of not being able to hug and be around people like they normally would?
That is so good to create, to become a content creator, to become a YouTube phenomenon, an Instagram phenomenon. During times of mass hurt, recessions, depressions, oppression, there was also the emergence of these amazing, brilliant people that just kept moving and figuring it out. So just know that, turn that depression and put it into something positive that can minister to you as well as minister to people. And so a lot of people right now have grown their influence on Instagram. They've grown their influence on Facebook, and you don't have to wait to be perfect. Come on just as you are. People want to see authentic. So just know that there's always an answer. There are people during times of oppression that are pivoting their butts off. And that's what we had to do. We had to keep pivoting. And there were times I felt nervous. There were times, I think I cried once or twice, like, oh my gosh, Lord, what's happening in the world, And the Lord was like, figure it out, because there's an answer. Like, you're still on the earth, you're still breathing. So you're supposed to figure it out. What you're not going to do is sit here and be depressed. You're going to figure it out. You're going to keep figuring it out until you impact some other people's lives.
Amen. Let's pass the collection plate. Dr. Tankard, thank you for talking to me tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Greg. It's always so much fun with you. We can do this anytime.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon. And of course, if you have any more money you want to send over my way, let me know. But I'm going to be getting with you soon.
Okay, I got you. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Thank you so much. Good night.